like to support the channel. Also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Now, I had a previous video where I talked about iSpeed, and I saw a whole bunch of people talking about that they don't like him and he's this and he's that and everything like that, right? And it basically, in a sense, given a reason as to why it is that he could get treated the way that he got treated because of the actions, right? So now you have something that does not have to do with those actions. This is not iSpeed interacting with the public, interacting with somebody else, interacting with a live stream, or acting a fool, as they say, and all of these other things. This is somebody who was in their home, who decided to record the exact thing that you see directly in front of you. And they're making a clay face, of iSpeed. But clearly, as you can see at one point in the video, the face looked nothing like Speed at all. It looked like something out of the how could you, in a sense, put this without it being problematic? It looks like something that you would potentially see on a Discovery Channel or a TLC broadcast, right? Dealing with nature. And, I would still love to see it. A lot of people roll through and still like, hey, yeah, he deserves this. Yeah, this should be happening. Well, maybe if he didn't act like this, then guess what? He wouldn't have people making statues just like that. If you act like a fool, you get treated like a fool. And I'm just going to remind people that there was a point in time before all of this stuff dealing with social media, before how it is that we categorized ourselves or talked to one another in the Black community. We acted, right, the exact same way as everybody else. We tried to fit in so badly. We tried to make sure that our hair was a certain type of way. We tried to make sure that our speech was a certain type of way. We really tried to make sure that we were really heavily educated and all of these things, right? And we still got treated like what? How did we get treated? Weren't we still getting chased out of bathrooms? Weren't we still getting chased out of towns and cities? Weren't we still being told that we are not able to sit directly at this restaurant establishment because we are not wanted? We are not able to buy a house. And again, this was happening to very educated Black individuals, right? This is happening to Black individuals that have degrees, doctors, lawyers, physicians, right? In some instances, you have some that might even have been judges, right? Again, no matter what order that you want to put these job listings directly in, I'm talking about the top of the top. And the most interesting thing that's going to replay is that there's going to be a moment in time that the generation of now is going to wake up. They're going to stop fooling around and doing the normal things that they do, and they're actually going to start hitting the books. They're really going to start to understand, delve deep, and they're going to emotionally get attached to something there. And when that moment happens, you're going to have that younger generation, in a sense, carry the torch of the previous generation. Now what's going to happen is that when the younger generation decides to talk about the segregation that took place, right? Something that is of recent, right? They may not talk about the slavery that took place. They may talk about Jim Crow. They may talk about segregation and a lot of the laws that were used against black folks due to the color of their skin. You're going to have people that are going to say the same thing. They're gonna be like, well, that was so long ago. You weren't there. Anybody that you know, they didn't grow up during that time. They don't even know what it is. They just read about it in books. So how does that really affect you? How is that, actually affecting now, and what are we supposed to do with it? Right? The exact same thing that they've always stated. So my main point for saying this, and I'm not even trying to make this video that long, is the fact that as the people here, and I've heard a lot of people come at me, it's like, oh, we're not black, we're not this, we're not that, right? As Black Americans, whatever you want to call yourself, right? As the people, the melanated people that are here, that are part of North America, that have built this, that have made it comfortable for other people of a melanated nation to come here, to live, to thrive, to prosper, to feel at home. We need to make sure that our history is taught. We need to make sure that everybody knows and understands specifically what took place to our people, the same way that everybody else does it all the time. There should be no point in time that we should ever allow any individual to tell us that our history doesn't matter, that what our grandparents went through doesn't matter, that what we may have went through doesn't matter, what our great great grandparents went through does not matter, what our great 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 grandparents went through doesn't matter. At no point in time does anybody have the right to legitimately say anything to that extent, because notice that doesn't happen to any other culture but Black Americans here. I want to repeat that again. That does not happen to any other nation directly out here except for us. And people got it, the sooner that people realize that, the better. Because again, that's the world telling you. You got people all over the world sitting up to telling you that either slavery in the United States didn't happen, it never existed. Black people are just trying to make up a story and play victim on us. Again, you got people all over the world saying the exact same thing that started here in America by the way of the people that quote unquote founded and established this country. They're using the exact same talking points all over the world. Why is that? And why is it that nobody does this to other groups of people? Like I said, there is clear-cut a difference. And for a lot of people to try to narrate and make it seem like there are not differences here, that's completely nonsensical and crazy. And you're overlooking a lot of the history when it deals with Black Americans, what it is that we have faced, currently face, and will face directly in the future, and everything that led up to the points of which where we are today. And how it is that those things also from the past affect us in the present, and how the things in the present will again affect us in the future. And all of this stems from the fact that people refuse to learn from the past. People refuse to carry that forward so that we can learn from past and present lessons, so that the future does not have to face what it is that we have already faced and gone through, and what our ancestors have faced and gone through. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.